he made up his mind and was just looking for reasons to justify abandoning me when I needed him most. Between you and me, I think he was already planning to replace me and just needed an excuse to make himself feel justified about it. The Gary I fell in love with would never have left me hanging like that, which means this cold stranger was probably who he really was all along. 8 months later, I discovered through social media that Gary wasn't just moving on, he was thriving in ways that made my blood boil. He'd gotten some big promotion at work, bought himself a brand new truck, and worst of all, was dating some basic blonde named Harper who looked like every other generic girl who thinks she's special. What really stunned me was seeing how genuinely happy he looked in their photos, like our entire relationship and the loss of our baby had just been some difficult phase he'd successfully moved past. He was posting about hiking trips and fancy dinner dates, living his absolute best life while I was still struggling to get my basic needs met. This Harper girl had the audacity to post photos from inside their house, the same house I had helped turn into a home, where I planned our nursery and imagined raising our family. She was redecorating everything like she was erasing any trace that I'd ever existed there. I found out through mutual friends that Gary had been telling everyone his version of events, painting me as some unstable woman who blamed him for the miscarriage and tried to steal his car. He'd completely twisted the narrative to make himself look like the victim of a crazy ex instead of acknowledging his role in everything that went wrong. The worst part was watching people I'd considered friends liking his new girlfriend's posts and acting like I'd never been part of their lives. It was clear Gary had poisoned them all against me with his sob story about dealing with his difficult ex who couldn't handle reality. I tried reaching out to a few people from our old social circle, but they all gave me the same rehearsed responses about focusing on moving forward and letting go of the past.